Let's go back to a time of metal cameras and manual focus. It can be a hoot. But maybe you're not ready for the full time warp yet. Maybe you're looking for that sweet mechanical experience, but you're not quite ready for the full Ansel yet. Well, we've got the OM-10 for you. The Olympus OM-10 is an interchangeable lens SLR 35mm camera. It's from 1979. It's built like a tank, like most cameras of that time. It clicks, it flips, it cranks, and whatever this is. It's got all the trappings of the analog photographer, but underneath its Terminator-esque shell, basically, it's a point-and-shoot lamb in disguise. Okay, I kid. But if you're looking to mosey from your one button over to something with a little bit more meat, adding this to your kit would definitely help you along. Your default config is aperture priority. Just get clicky with your favorite f-stop and wait for your ancestors to tell you good enough. You take that picture. That's your whole exposure. And all that frees you up to focus on manually focusing, as you're actually going to have to do that. This ain't autofocus, toots. One neat goodie that we're stoked about is a truly vintage throwback feature. That's right, baby. It's a split screen focuser. Here's where you use the semicircle focus doohickey, right through the lens here. You line the semicircles up through the lens at your subject, and then twist the lens until the semicircles line up. Instead of, just trusting your eyes to know when to stop moving the ring, it's super accurate and is quickly becoming one of our favorite ways to make sure our focus is crispy and exactly where we want it to be. Now, I will say, there is a manual adapter. It's a lump you put on the front and allows you to change your shutter speed. Although, if you're gonna do all that, there are other cameras in the same generation and price point that have the manual experience already baked in. No hodpodge needed. This camera does what it does well, and that's get silver exposed fast. Giving the camera a little bit of extra trust and letting it do its job led to an end product and shooting experience that was just peachy. Now, I was curious. Because it's so old, I wasn't sure if it was going to be able to meter a night scene and do the shutter at the same time. So I took this down to Alabama and shot some Lomo Metropolis that we got from Film of the Month Club back in November. Came out pretty good. The ISO selector has the little pluses and minuses to help you compensate for exposure. So that's nice. I added a stop or two to this beach photo to give it a little bit more oomph. We had our director Alex take this down to Pensacola for a rainy night test shoot. She was hoping to use the OM-10 on the film club's January roll, which would be Cinestill 800T. The theme of this month was night shots, so we both figured we'd throw a roll of Fuji 400 through just to get a base level of how this handles at night. And oh, does it handle. Those Fuji rolls came out so nice, Alex did end up using the 800T on the OM-10. We were able to get some pretty diverse night shots of the local landmarks. She also managed to snap some sweet daytime shots. Highlights came out nice and didn't get blown out. Came with two lenses, a wide one and a long one. The OM mount's pretty easy, you just twist and pull. Should be pretty used to that by now, right? They're sharp and they both work pretty well. Also, it's slide to zoom. Alex says there's an increased sharpness in the vintage glass, but admits that it might be due to the split screen focus capabilities of the camera. So, the breakdown. Is this a camera you should go pick up? Well, depends on who you are. This camera sits on a middle ground. If you're someone who likes to be fully in control of their exposure, this may not be it, chief. If you're looking to graduate from your plastic point and shoot into something a little bit more sturdy, this can be an excellent step in trusting your camera and yourself. The OM-10 can be a great way to dip your toe into crafting an image. And it'll also give you the confidence to know that you're going to get the picture you want while sporting that sweet, sweet aesthetic. It looks sharp, it takes a sharp exposure, and the lenses are sharp. You get yourself one of these, you could look sharp too.